Hi guys, today's video is a little bit cheeky. We are trying to get the highest amount of Drainforce we can get in Arena. In theory, if I was doing it in a friendly map, it would be very easy to get a Drainforce of over 10,000 damage. I can just align all the variables I need and do it on a friend unit. But here's the thing, I want to pull it off in Arena. That's the big goal. On stream, I was able to do a little bit over 7,000 damage. I'm pretty sure I can get it to 9,000 if all the variables align, but that's going to be the tough part. We are sure to see basically 7,000 Drainforce quite a few times, but can we get more is the big question. So with that said guys, I'll show you the teams at the very end and the loadout we finish with, but for now, let's just go into some action. Alright, let's go for our first attempt tonight. We're fighting all light team, that is exactly what we need to fight, but we might miss Rob, we might get one shot by Yuna, so it's still not going to be extremely easy to pull that off. Now, let's go. I did spend a bunch of orbs just to get my rank up a little bit because fighting rank 100,000 people would not have been as big of a challenge. So here we go. Now, ideally, we want Shadowlings to first use Shadow Tether, reduce the enemy's single target resistance, so we can deal even more damage with Drainforce. I don't think we can get that to happen though, because Shadowlings will naturally go to Dwayne's side, and Oldoa is on the complete opposite of the battlefield, so we might be in a little bit of trouble. We do seem to be aligned to meet the enemy Killfay head-on though, so that would be fun. Ideally, we don't want the enemy team to run away until we lose our Light Eater up buff, because if that happens, well, we're just not going to have the right buff by the time we meet them. I guess we'll see. We now have 3 turns from here to pull off at least one Drainforce. Shadowlings is moving into the enemy team, that is good. Oldoa has 1 turn, and then yeah, she's meeting the enemy team, that's good. We survived the first hit, that's also very good. And then we should be in a position to use Drainforce right now. Hopefully, we don't just use a normal attack. That would be very sad. But if the Oldoa's damage is too high, that might happen. Let's see. Drainforce, 7,000. So we are able to pull off a 7,000 Drainforce, but in order to do more damage than that, we need a little bit more cards aligned. We do really need Shadowlings to initially use her Shadow Tether, and then we will be able to do much more. We're also on a timer. As you probably guessed, we only have 2 more turns of the Light Eater ability. So let's see what happens. So Dwayne's gonna completely miss Rob. So far so good. We haven't killed anyone else, but we only have 1 more turn of our buff before things start going to hell. They seem to be reviving Summer Killfay. That might give us a chance to reach and hit her, but let's see what happens. She does get the full life. It works. Okay. And then Dwayne probably finishes off Rob. Okay, still attacking Rob somehow. We Drainforce Killfay again. This time only 6,000 damage. That is because the Light Eater has worn out, I believe. Otherwise, I don't see why we would do a different amount of damage. We miss Rob again. That guy just can't be hit, apparently. And then Yuna goes to heal, I guess, herself. No, Rob, he did take a hit, so now he's being healed. Let's see what happens for the rest of the fight. Dwayne keeps attacking Rob for some reason. Oldoa's in the corner, not doing anything. We miss Rob again, but then Shadowlink's there with the Shadow Tether and kills him. So Rob's down, the enemy team no longer has a re-raise, so they move to using actually Raise, the most terrible move in the game. It doesn't pay off as per usual, and then Dwayne keeps jumping around. I will definitely turn off the Dragoon sub job. It is not helping us because he needs to tank the enemy's hits, and if he's in the air, he's not doing that. So we finally get to kill, and yeah, only 7,000 Drainforce here, which is still pretty good, but not as high as we'd like. Okay, can we make that work? This enemy team has some potential. They have Warrior of Light. The only real damage threat is Yuna, and she should not be able to hit Oldoa or Xiza before Dwayne goes down. So I think we have some form of a shot. Now, the main issue is height. I've tried hitting the Warrior of Light a couple times, and he often sits in areas where Oldoa just cannot Drainforce him. So I need to make sure that my Dwayne pulls the enemy Warrior of Light in a place where there's a flat ground, which is ideally the left side of the map. It's much easier than where there are boxes on the right side. So that's what we'll try. Will it work? I don't know. This has been a really tough challenge so far because the AI just doesn't necessarily do what I expect every time. So far, our team is grouped and going for Warrior of Light though, so that is fairly good. And then does the enemy Warrior of Light move to meet Dwayne? Yes, but he's kind of moving away from the rest of our guys, which I find scary because now Yuna might decide to just move in and one-shot our guys. Okay, seems like everybody's going to meet Warrior of Light, so far so good. We have 2 more turns of the buff on Oldoa. So we still have a pretty good shot at getting our attack with the Light Eater up, especially if Warrior of Light decides to move to us. Does he do that? Yes, he uses Brave Presence and moves to Dwayne. So far, so good. I think we're going to meet him in our very last turn, but maybe not. I think Warrior of Light needs to move forward, otherwise we'll lose our buff. So he does take Debilitating Fist to the face. That much is good. That's really exactly what we want. He survives to another attack, and then uses his own Limit Burst, which will give him Protect and Shell, but neither Protect nor Shell gives him resistance against Drainforce, so that is not an issue. The issue is the fact that he didn't move forward, so we're still not in Drainforce range. Now, Oldoa has played twice since she has her buff, so I think she still has it available for 1 more turn. I might be wrong though. We lose Dwayne from a super heavy hit from the enemy Kilfei, and then immediately lose our Xiza as well. But I think everything's aligned for Oldoa to do something. Warrior of Light uses Breath of Life and moves in, and then we use Oldoan Bomber. Oldoa, why would you not use Drainforce? I thought we had everything aligned for a Drainforce there, but apparently not. You're just using basic attacks now. Did I turn off Drainforce by mistake or something? That has to be what happened. Gosh darn it, if that's it, I'm an idiot. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, seems like I did turn off Drainforce like an idiot while trying to restrain Oldoa from wasting her AP on other actions. So let's just kick in the exact same battle. No other parameter has changed. I don't think there was any RNG involved in the way the units moved, so in theory, we should get the same result, and this time, Oldoa should use Drainforce instead of stupidly dropping her Limit Break and then basic attacking. I'm really hoping that happens because, yeah, it's really tough. So she does use False Veil of Darkness. Turn 0 so far. I think our turns are going to run out though, so I need to find some way for her to still have that up by the time she meets the enemy Warrior of Light. That seems really hard, but I'm thinking I could perhaps just swap Dwayne and Oldoa's position maybe to make that work. I guess we'll see. So, alright, turn 1. We've moved once since we had that buff cast, so we still have 2 more actions. Dwayne moves forward, so far so good. Enemy Warrior of Light moves to meet Dwayne, and he's in a different position than what he was last time, so there is some amount of variation here. I don't like that. He is super far from us, and so I don't think we can get our hits off in time. But let's see. So, Yuna moves to the Warrior of Light, that's fine. Oldoa has played twice now, so she has 1 more turn before her Light Eater buff runs out. We have the Debilitating Fist, that's good, but then we're moving to the enemy Warrior of Light, so he won't move to us. He'll just stay in place and use his ability, I think. Uses Holy Bravery, and yeah, just stays there. Terrible. So we have played 3 times, we have lost the Light Eater increase. We do still have Debilitating Fist onto the enemy Warrior of Light though, so let's see what happens. Our Dwayne takes a pretty heavy hit, Xiza just hits Warrior of Light with a basic attack, and it seems like the enemy team then decides to one-shot us using Energy Ray. Now we're gonna lose both Dwayne and Xiza. Only Oldoa and Warrior of Light remains. The other guys are non-factors. Will Oldoa do what we want of her or not? So, he even comes to meet us. Now, we need to Drainforce, and we've lost the Light Eater, but we do have Debilitating Fist, only 6,000. Damn it, it does not work. We need some other thing to change if we want that to land the way we want it to. So Oldoa takes another 4,000 damage, gets slowed, that's going to give the enemy team 1,000 turns to keep hitting us, and they leverage that to win. We have found better. They are weak, they are squishy, and we will kill them, hopefully. So here's the thing, these guys don't have a lot of offense, and we've taken away every single weapon from our team, except, yeah, basically we just don't have a weapon. We don't do heavy damage, so they might actually survive the hit that reduces their single target damage, and then we should be able to kill them. Now let me just make sure they don't have any unit resistance. They do on Killfay, so that's not great, but you know what? 8% is a lot less than 30%. So, wait, that's not the team we want to target. That's the team we want to target. Let's go in. I'm out of orbs. Damn it. I'm gonna use 50 Viz for that. This challenge is worth it. Now, funny thing, in my War Division playthrough, I think it's the first time I use Viz for an arena reset. I hate doing that because it's just throwing my Viz out the window. The rewards aren't worth it. But for the sake of a challenge, it's a really different thing because, you know, we're just trying it out. Inherited Tyranny, perfect. We are gonna have AP onto her. Now, Killfay is there, she's fine, she's staying back, that's good. I ideally want to pull it off onto the enemy Elsie Rel, because it's going to be a lot easier if I can hit Elsie. So we use False Veil of Darkness. We have 3 turns from now on to do something good. Revitalize onto Summer Lilith. I'm not a big fan of that. She has guaranteed hit AoE attacks, and she just might kill us too early. So Ziza now has Frostbite. That's also really bad. But okay, let's see. I still believe in our strategy. So Oldoa moves forward. Lilith probably uses Barrage on Ziza. Takes Ziza out. So we lost 1, but we still have the rest of our team. Elsie is in a good position because in there we could potentially use the combo. We just need Shadowlings to reach, and I don't know that she does. Let's see. Oldoa goes first, uses Drainforce. Oldoa, you were too fast. We did not have time to set up. That is really bad. We still have a chance to do it on Killfay though, so Oldoa is now slowed. She will wait until her next turn to do anything. Okay, Hien onto Killfay, not great. Now there's a pretty good chance that Killfay dies before anything else happens. Okay. Nope, not good. Dragon's Blade, nope, we're not gonna get it. We're just gonna kill her. Okay, well maybe. You know what? Lilith is an Earth unit. If we can get the right moves in the right order onto her, we might still have a shot. That does imply that our guys survive though, so let's see. Shadowlings, please use Shadow Tether. Nope, Shadowlings is all about running away now. She's such a coward. Okay, well, what will Lilith do? She's gonna follow Shadowlings and finish her off with a sharpshoot. We are not due to get anything here today. AP Plunder onto Lilith, just to reduce her to basic attack duty, I guess. So 1 basic attack, then it's Oldoa's turn, and AP Plunder again wins the fight. Looks like we win, but that's not what we want. Finally, we have a Warrior of Light without single target resistance, which should be useful. It took me a while to realize that the Bahamut Vision card granted single target resistance, which severely reduced our Drainforce damage. So now that all this is taken out of the way, we should be able to do a decent job. We just need someone to do something right. So, okay. Ziza's moving there, that's fine. I do think she's going to run into Yuna though, which would be terrible. In this specific matchup, I should probably make sure that Ziza uses an AoE buff and goes to Oldoa instead, because running straight to Yuna is a death sentence for her. So here we go, AP Restore onto Warrior of Light. That's not going to be super impactful, but the Haste Ga on Tidus is rather scary. I wonder what's going to happen now. So we have Ziza moving into suicide range and probably taking a Holy to the face, and then, okay, looks like Lynx dodged a hit. Will she stop Tidus? No stop, so that's really bad. Now Tidus has a pretty good chance of killing Shadow Lynx in his next turn, which would mean the end of our single target resistance down moves, because if Shadow Lynx is dead, she can't do it, and we've already lost Ziza to a Holy. Okay, let's see what happens in the following turn. This is still not completely lost. We just need Tidus to miss, and he does. Okay, so we might have a shot here. Oldoa kills Tidus with a Drainforce, 6,000 damage isn't bad, and then does Shadow Lynx finally use Shadow Tether? Night Veil. Looks like I forgot to turn off Night Veil for some reason, and apparently that did more damage than Shadow Tether. I'm not sure why that was the case, but that's what she chose. We still get a 7,600 damage Drainforce, which isn't terrible, but it's not what we wanted. And then Yuna decides to finish us off with an Energy Ray, so we're just gonna skip that and watch Oldoa die for her sins. So in the end, in 25 attempts, we never got a Drainforce over 7.7k. I think the main reason is it's really tough to align a debilitating attack into Drainforce, especially on a large map like this. If the map was a little bit smaller and more flat, it would be a lot easier to align the Drainforce, but so far, this is what happens. Now, I'm going to make sure that I reach 9k in some other team comp later down the drain, but for now, that's the attempt we're showing you, so hopefully that's entertaining. Here's the build. I'm not going to go into much detail, but we're leveraging Man-Eater and Light-Eater as much as we can. So this VC here has 20 Light-Eater. This here has only level 18, but has a lot of Light-Eater as well. And then we have some Man-Eater in this VC, Man-Eater with this, and single target resist down in 2 different ways, which all influences Drainforce damage. That's the way it worked. So that was it, guys. Hopefully it was entertaining, even though we didn't get the most immense result. I still think Drainforces for something around 7k is fairly rare in Arena. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, please let me know. If you have some tips and tricks, I'm thinking of EXing Zazan perhaps to get March of the Juggernaut for some more Man-Eater. But if you have some tips, let me know. I'll be glad to adjust from that. And then thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.